Hi there everybody, this is David, and I hope that you're enjoying Octopath Traveler 0 as much as I am. I am absolutely loving my time with it, but I've gotta say, there's a whole lot of questions that they ask you right at the beginning of the game, and you're like, I don't know what the answers to these questions are. What should I do? What job class should I pick? What attack skill should I choose? What items should I choose? What about the recipe? What should I be doing? But I have fooled around with this game for quite a bit of time now, and I have the answers to those questions, the best answers that you can do, the items to choose, all that kind of stuff at the beginning to make your playthrough as seamless and smooth as possible. And I want to go over that today, and I definitely do think that that's worth the sub as you come and you join my party and you level on up with me. Thank you so much for your sub, your like, and your hype. It helps me out a ton. So the first thing that it's going to ask you during the character creation is your choice of attack. You have the choice of Twin Shot Mastery, Healing Prayer Mastery, or Weaken Foundation Mastery. And basically, this is a skill that you have, and you can equip it on whoever you want. You don't have to put it on your hero, but it's a skill that you can't really otherwise get. The attack skill is nice because it allows you to attack an enemy twice, potentially doing 2 shield breaks if you do hit their weakness, which is pretty much like the key to an Octopath game. How do you break the weaknesses as fast as humanly possible? And a regular attack will only hit once, but this dual attack will hit twice, so that's pretty cool. The recovery skill is nice because not only does it heal HP, but it also heals SP, or your magical points or things like that. And not a whole lot of things heal up your SP, so that's always nice to have too. The enfeebling skill though kind of pales in comparison to the other two. All it does is lower physical attack power and physical defense power, so it's kind of crummy, and I would just kind of knock that one out immediately. So depending on your playstyle, I would say if you want your hero to be like an offensive powerhouse, then choose the attacking twice skill. Otherwise, choose the healing prayer skill, because it is kind of interesting right there, although you can't just do that with items. Personally for me, I chose the Twin Shot Mastery. I think that it is the best skill. Then it goes in and asks you your favorite dish. As far as this question is concerned, it really does not matter as much as the other questions, because they all pretty much do the exact same thing, except it affects a different stat. But honestly, the only stats that I really care about is magical attack power and physical attack power. So just depending on your playstyle, depending on your team, which one do you want? Do you want better physical attack? Do you want better magical attack? And then choose that one. I will tell you, the characters that you get at the beginning of the game, the beginning portion, it's pretty much vast majority, 90% of them are physical attackers. So you might just want to go with the physical attacking dish right there. Then it gives you 8 belongings that you can choose. It starts off with the Promised Charm, which raises your elemental attack power by 10%. These are accessories that you can equip. Then there's a Fighter's Wristband, and that increases your physical attack power by 10%. You can equip those on any party members that you want to, does not have to be your hero. The Sacred Flame Charm increases your defensive powers, physical and magical defensive powers, by 10%. Then the Crested Key and the Letter Fragment are rare items, and those will be pretty hard to get elsewhere. The Ratatouille, it's just a dish. I would just strike that right there. Same thing with the Nourishing Nut. All it is a stat-raising item. Strike that one down. The Ember Shroom Bed allows you to grow mushrooms in town later on. So personally, I'm kind of like on that one as well. I think that the Crested Keys and the Letter Fragment as key items are pretty much mandatory. I found that the Crested Key gave me a party member in Viator. So that's like, wow, I got a full friggin' fledged party member with the Crested Key. I didn't know what the Letter Fragment got me yet. I don't know. If anybody in the comments knows what the Letter Fragment gets you, please tell me in the comments. But as far as I'm concerned, I say the Crested Key, the Letter Fragment, completely 100% mandatory, because they will get you party members, or at least the Crested Key got me a party member. And then again, depending on your playstyle, do you want the elemental attack 10% up? Do you want the physical attack 10% up? Choose the one that you want and then equip it on your best fighter. Moving right along, after the prologue is over, you're going to be asked to choose job classes. And as an Octopath Traveler game, there's going to be 8 different job classes. Now, all the other characters, they don't get to choose their job class. The only character that can change job classes in this game is your hero. The other characters can't change their job classes. They are locked into what they start off as. If they start off as a scholar, they're a scholar forever. Same thing if they're a warrior forever. They can't change. The only person that can change is your hero. So this is a pretty big decision that you have to make. And you do have 8 choices here, but some of them are much better than others. My personal recommendation that I'm going to give you is to choose the Scholar. But why the Scholar? Let me tell you. First of all, I find that magical damage is just better, I think, you know? It doesn't deal as many hits as a weapon would, but it just deals so much more damage than that. And also, getting magical damage, getting characters that can deal magical damage early on in the game is pretty rare. They are very few and far between, so having your hero be able to deal that magical damage is very nice. And they also get to hit 3 different weaknesses. They get the fire magic, they get the wind magic, and they get light magic as well. And they also have access to staff and book attacks as well. And not a lot of characters, again, have access to that. So that's pretty nice. I would definitely try to bring a Scholar along. Another thing is that it can hit multiple enemies. A lot of the physical fighters that you'll get, it'll be able to hit enemies twice, or you'll be able to just like attack, 4 times if you boost or whatever. But being able to hit an entire enemy party with those Scholar magical attacks is just so key and so nice for getting rid of these random encounters. If you don't want a Scholar and you say, no, I don't want a magical damager or whatever, another good choice would be a Dancer. Simply because their second passive skill that you get allows them to gain more JP with each battle. You get more job points once you have that passive skill on your Dancer with every single battle. Plus, they have access to the fan weapon, which is a new weapon that was introduced in Octopath Traveler 0 that I think only the Dancer and the Cleric gets access to. So having that fan weapon would be a nice thing to have. Another decent choice would be the Hunter. Not only is the Hunter, an incredibly powerful warrior, but their very first passive skill increases the amount of experience points that you earn at the end of a battle. So do make sure that you make this choice very, very, very wisely, because it seems like it's going to be a pretty long time before you'll be able to change that job class again. It seems like you're pretty much stuck in the job class that you choose until something comes along that allows you to change your job classes later. Once you then choose your job class, you have to choose your mastery skill. You have 3 different skills here. You have an attack skill, you have a recovery skill, and then you have a support skill. The attack skill gives you a 50% chance of countering all physical attacks that hit you. The recovery skill increases the amount of HP and SP that you restore whenever you use, magical healing spells or items or whatever, things like that. And then the support skill allows the equipped character to restore 2 BP points whenever they are near death. So honestly, I feel like the support skill, it's really situational, and I would just trash it right away. I'd say, no, I don't really feel like any of my characters are going to be near death, and if they are, I probably don't need the BP, I just need to heal them. As far as the recovery skill, unless you choose a Cleric, that again is very situational. Unless you choose a Cleric or somebody who's going to be healing constantly, you don't really need that one, you know what I'm saying? However, the attack skill that allows you a 50% chance to counter all physical attacks that you receive is amazing. It's a really good skill. It will always be good, simply because of the way the break system works. The more attacks that you get in against an enemy, number one, the more damage that you deal, but also the more chances that you'll have of breaking their shields. Let's say that you put this on your hero and you're a lowly Scholar and you hit them with your lowly staff. Well, if they're weak to the staff, then they'll get a break point and you'll break their shield, so then they'll get into the weakness and they'll get stunned and you can deal more damage to them. So anything that you can do to get more attacks against an enemy is great. And honestly, this is a support skill. It does not have to go on your hero. You can mix and match this skill. You can switch the skill around to anybody that you want to. So you can put this on a warrior if you want to. It's completely up to you. I would definitely take that attack skill mastery. It just seems to be the best one. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that answers a lot of your questions about what's going on at the beginning of the game, who should I choose, what job should I get, what should I do with all these questions. Hope that it helped you. If it did, let me know in the comments, and as always, have a good day.